We start off today's wrestling news and rumors video with an interesting rumor regarding the WWE's plans for AJ Styles in the foreseeable future, because while we had reported previously that AJ had been considering retirement from WWE this year, we have now been told that Styles is referring to retiring once his current 5-year contract with the WWE expires, which means there are reportedly still a lot of potential storylines and title reigns in AJ Styles' future in the company, although fans should not be too surprised if AJ Styles decides to retire within the next 2 years, and spends the rest of his time under WWE contract helping the company's future superstars as a trainer, a role Styles states he would like to eventually have. However, the rumors regarding a big possible plan for AJ Styles in the not so distant future is regarding a new Bullet Club faction in WWE. As most of you are likely aware, the WWE had previously tried out a similar faction idea with the OC, which consisted of AJ Styles along with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, but the company never really booked the OC as a long-lasting or formidable group. And with Gallows and Anderson now released from the WWE, most fans had believed that Vince was done with the idea of a club involving AJ Styles in WWE. However, according to one of our sources, a big storyline idea Vince McMahon is apparently considering to move ahead with sometime in 2021 would see AJ Styles form a new club in WWE with Finn Balor, who would be returning to the main roster, and Adam Cole, who is reportedly penciled in to get called up from NXT to the WWE's main roster in 2021. One source has mentioned that Vince McMahon is not a very big fan of Adam Cole's current Undisputed Era stable, and would rather utilize Cole alongside Finn Balor and AJ Styles in a new Bullet Club faction, likely on Monday Night Raw. We have been told that if the WWE do decide to move ahead with this rumored storyline next year, AJ Styles would be the leader of this faction, although eventually tensions would rise in the group, leading to Adam Cole turning on Balor and Styles, and trying to chase major title success on his own, with Vince allegedly feeling having Adam Cole brought up to the main roster in a new stable with Styles and Balor would better Adam Cole's chances of succeeding on the main roster, after having spent his first few months working with Styles and Balor to gain some momentum, instead of suffering the same kind of booking as former NXT talents like Aleister Black. Let us know your thoughts on a possible new Bullet Club in WWE, consisting of AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Adam Cole. And do you agree with Vince McMahon that Adam Cole would work better in the Bullet Club on the main roster, over coming up with his Undisputed Era stablemates? A big return to the WWE's women's division that has been rumored recently is Eva Marie, but according to a new backstage rumor, Vince McMahon is reportedly planning another big return to the women's division very soon, with his former superstar being Summer Rae. For those of you who may have forgotten, Summer Rae was last seen in the WWE back in 2016, before she was eventually released from her contract in 2017, and while Summer really has not been doing anything related to wrestling ever since, and has instead put forth most of her time and effort into modeling and other fitness-related businesses, Summer Rae has been changing her tune when it comes to wrestling recently, with Summer Rae revealing that she misses competing in the WWE, and one source has mentioned that there have been talks between Vince McMahon and Summer Rae over a possible WWE return to Friday Night SmackDown in the near future. Apparently, while it's doubtful that Summer Rae would immediately be getting pushed into SmackDown Women's title contention, McMahon believes the women's division across both Raw and SmackDown need more depth and talent in them, especially now that big stars like Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are gone, with Sasha Banks also teasing a leave from the WWE in the very near future to start a family of her own. And we have been told that McMahon thinks Summer Rae would be a great and valuable addition to the women's division on SmackDown, with one new rumor indicating that Vince is actually considering to have Summer Rae start off a return in the women's tag team division to team up with Billie Kay, who recently split up with Peyton Royce, who is now a superstar that Vince will be pushing in the women's division as a solo competitor, and McMahon thinks Billie Kay is better suited as a tag team superstar right now, and that Summer Rae would be the perfect tag team partner for Billie Kay, considering they both have that glamorous style and similar behavior as true divas. Billie Kay is reportedly set to get traded over to Friday Night SmackDown in the coming weeks during the Superstar Shakeup, and if all these rumors prove to be true, Summer Rae will be making a return to the WWE to form a new tag team with Billie Kay in the near future. Let us know if you think Summer Rae is a return that should happen in 2020 along with Eva Marie, and what are your thoughts on the WWE potentially booking a tag team storyline between Billie Kay and Summer Rae on SmackDown? There's no doubt that All Elite Wrestling had been acquiring quite a few former WWE superstars over the past several months, including now most recently Rusev, who now goes by the name Miro, and AEW's former world champion Chris Jericho has revealed that the company have their eyes on another possible WWE superstar to make the move to AEW. In a recent interview, Chris Jericho revealed that he believes former United States champion Samoa Joe would be a very valuable addition to the All Elite Wrestling roster, and while Chris made it clear that he's not sure if Samoa Joe would be interested in leaving the WWE for AEW, or what Joe's status is right now in the WWE, Jericho mentioned that he thinks Samoa Joe is an absolutely fantastic wrestler, and deserves far more than what he has been given so far in WWE. As some of you are likely aware, Samoa Joe has suffered from some injuries in WWE this year, which have halted Samoa Joe's time as an in-ring competitor, and has since forced Joe into a commentating gig in WWE. But one of our sources has mentioned that Samoa Joe has been medically cleared to wrestle once again, but Vince has simply decided not to bring Samoa Joe back to an in-ring role up to this point for undisclosed reasons. However, if McMahon doesn't play his cards right where Samoa Joe is concerned, the possibility of Samoa Joe leaving WWE for a big role in AEW could very much turn into a reality, with one rumor revealing that Samoa Joe's current WWE contract expires sometime in early 2021, and taking into account the fact that Samoa Joe has felt he has been vastly underutilized so far on the WWE's main roster, much like how new AEW superstar Rusev felt a while back, Samoa Joe leaving the WWE for a better career opportunity in AEW is very possible. We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is all about the shocking new rumors that have been revealed about a possible huge storyline swerve involving the Fiend Bray Wyatt, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns. On this past week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Bray Wyatt revealed a new member of the Firefly Funhouse to be the Wobbly Walrus, and by all means it didn't take fans very long to realize the striking resemblance between the Wobbly Walrus and Paul Heyman, and if a new backstage rumor proves to be true, the Fiend Bray Wyatt introducing the Wobbly Walrus could be setting up a massive swerve in the storyline for Paul Heyman and his new client Roman Reigns in the near future. According to this rumor, backstage officials are considering the idea of having the Fiend Bray Wyatt essentially take control of Paul Heyman, much like The Fiend has done with Alexa Bliss recently, with Wyatt likely to attack Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns during an upcoming segment on SmackDown, with The Fiend using the Hurt Glove on Paul Heyman, and basically shifting Paul Heyman's consciousness under The Fiend's control moving forward, with the storyline then reportedly heading in the direction where Bray Wyatt and his bizarre Wobbly Walrus puppet set in motion Paul Heyman eventually turning on his new client Roman Reigns, with these segments occurring in the Firefly Funhouse. And we have been told that Heyman would likely turn on Reigns during a Universal Championship match between the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns in late 2020, likely at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view event, which would result in not only the Fiend winning back the Universal title, but also adding Paul Heyman to his new Wyatt family as a real-life version of the Wobbly Walrus, with Heyman becoming the Fiend and the rest of the new Wyatt family's manager while he's still under the Fiend's control, although you can be assured that Roman Reigns would be trying to win back the title, and also trying to get Paul Heyman to wake up and come back to reality as well, with The Fiend versus Roman Reigns reportedly set to be the big storyline on SmackDown for the rest of 2020 and into next year as well.